Alright guys, I'm going to be talking about gemming today. There's only a couple different types of gems you should be using outside of Valor gems. And a good indication actually of whether gems are good or not is if you go into your trials and you go into this redeem here, you're going to notice something once you go down to the gems, that some of them are a lot more expensive than others. If you look at these, you've got the attack sentinel gems. They're very cheap. And then you look right under here at the Bowman attack gems, and they're really expensive. It doesn't make sense, right? Well, the reason why is because the Bowman attack gems are actually really good, as well as the Sentinel gems are totally trash. But essentially what I'm saying is the only type of gems you should be using are going to be a couple different ones here. One of them is the Bowman attack gem here, and the other two are going to be your defensive Sentinel stone and your HP Sentinel Stone. And the reason why is because when you send your troops into battle, the main troops that the highest damage is done by your bowmen. So you want attack bowman gems, and the highest defensive troops that you have are your infantry. So you want infantry health, you want infantry defense, and you want your bowman attack. And ideally, when you send your troops into battle, you're going to want to make a march strictly out of infantry and bowmen, and that's it. To give you an example here, say we want to go march on this, the way I would actually march. Say I don't think I have enough stamina to march on anything. I'll have to find something smaller. Give you an example here. Okay, so say we're going to attack this guy. When I go to march, I do, and this would actually be the same if I was attacking someone, I do about 30,000 infantry, and then the rest are bowmen. Because, once again, bowmen have highest attack, infantry has highest defense, so that's the two troop types that you want. Everything else is just filler for additional marches. Now let's go look at my, gear here. So in the sword, I got a Valor gem. If you can get Valor gems, that's awesome. If not, you want to fill your weapon with as many Bowman attack gems as you can. And you can see here, it's just the Bowman 5. I have all mine at 5 except for 1 right now. And you go into my helm. I've got a infantry defense, a infantry health. If you go into my chest plate, it's just HP gems, so I got a Valor gem in there, and I've got a infantry health gem. We go into, well, the leadership ring, I don't have anything socketed right now, but if we go into my Gem of Wrath, I just plugged this air gem in here. This is going to be my next upgrade, so that's Bowman attack again. And as you can see, when you level these guys up, a level 3 is 4%, but a level 5 is 16%. So they double with each level. So your level 1 is 1%, your level 2 is 2%, 3 is 4, level 4 is 8%, and then level 5 is 16%. So if you think about it, 16 level 1 gems equals 1 level 5 gem. So you want to toss all your gems at leveling up these as high as you can go. But as we go through here and we look at all these gems, you'll notice that the only thing I'm using is infantry defense, infantry health, and bowman attack. Because that's really the only 3 types of gems that you have, is the defense, attack, and HP. What you don't want to do is use any of these other gems that are anything outside of that. So if you have, like, let's go into here. If we look at your trials, and this will actually show you what I'm talking about just by looking at the value of these different items. You look at a infantry attack gem, the blue 3-sided one here, it's only 109 tokens. And then you look at this guy right here, it's 4,100 tokens. So I mean, you know, that's 100 times more expensive. And the reason why is because if you socket a infantry attack gem, they have low attack. So it's pretty much like you're not doing anything at all. The only thing you're doing is you're actually buffing your power. Now, when I changed my gems around and I took out all my cavalry gems, I took out all of my all the cavalry gems in general, took out the sentinel attack gems, which is the infantry attack gems, and I just made it infantry defense, infantry health, and bowman attack. I went from being on the last guy in the combo trials, trial path 1, to getting to like trial path 7, I think it was, maybe, if we look at it here, or 6. So I'm actually in the 6th one, and I couldn't even defeat the first one before I changed my gems. My power went down by 500,000, and I made it 5 times farther. You know, you're sitting there and you're like, wow, that's really different. And then if you come in here and you look, I don't even have any of the other gems. So if you have any other gems right now, the best thing is you can absorb them. So when you go here and you go to the level up, you can just select whichever one it is and go ahead and plug it in. That's going to be your best bet. But these are the only types of gems that you should be seeing. This guy right here is a champion stone. I don't have anything I can socket it into, so I'm not using it, but I'm holding on to it to figure out, you know, what I'm going to be able to socket that into later, because obviously that's going to be a better one to have than one of these guys here. Perhaps, you know, if this is actually, this is 2% at level 3, so I'd like to see what happens with it at level 5. If it's only 8% at level 5 for all troops, I'd actually rather have the more specific 16% gem for infantry than 8% of everything if I had to choose. And the Valor gems are always going to be a win no matter what. If you look at it here, it's 30% attack or health or defense, whichever one it is, for cavalry, bowmen, and infantry. So bowmen and infantry are in there and you're good to go. You're just really caring about in this case, the only thing I care about is that infantry health 30%, and for this one the only thing I care about is the bowman attack 30%. I mean, it's nice that it has a buff to the infantry attack, but it's pretty minimal when it comes down to it. I don't really care too much about that. Alright, that's it. I just wanted to go ahead and communicate that, let you guys have something to look at. And one other thing, actually, real quick, I haven't made any gear like this yet, but if you guys are wondering what the difference is between using your blue, purple, and gold, the difference is the number of sockets. Like if you look at your purple gear, it's always going to have 2 sockets. You look at blue gear, it's always going to have the 1 socket. And when you're looking at the gold gear, it's always going to have 3. So if you can imagine, if somebody's got one of the Galatines and they've got 3 Valor stones in there, that's, 4 times 30, that's 120% additional attack for all 3, for cavalry, bowmen, and, well, this is siege attack, but the other one was infantry attack. But just think 120% bonus attack for your bowmen. So that's a pretty big deal. More than doubles your bowman attack in addition to all the other factors that are going on. Alright, that's it. You guys have a good day.